Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Artist Spotlight Show being brought to you by Blue Shamrock Music and Mr. Stephen Brady. And on the show tonight, we have a very special guest all the way from across the ocean up in beautiful Australia, Mr. Chris Callaghan. He'll be with us. We'll find out about him. We'll find out about his music. And I actually had the opportunity to check out his background. He's a huge Johnny Cash fan. So we'll find out about that.
Absolutely.
What's up with Johnny Cash? We'll find out about that. Again, it's your friend Russell K. Make sure you join us each and every Wednesday right here on our YouTube channel with the Music Dreams USA Radio Artist Spotlight Show being brought to you by Rise Up Family Sports, DeAndre the Torch Robinson, and also Titan Events Incorporated. When it comes to the event planning and events, we've got you covered. Just go to TitanEventsInc.com. That's TitanEventsInc.com. And you'll be able to get all that event planning underway. And in the meantime, also, when it comes to sports, we've got you covered with Rise Up Family Sports and Mr. DeAndre the Torch Robinson. And with that being said, let's go live now and meet our guest, Mr. Chris Callaghan. Well, first of all, Chris, I have to tip my hat to you. Thank you so much for being so patient. You know, we had a live radio remote, and so we had to rush back to the stadium. It's like, I got to get back to the stadium. I got to get back to the studios here because, I mean, Mr. Chris Callaghan's waiting. He's so excited to be on our show. I can't let him down tonight. How are you, my friend? How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I was very excited when Stephen contacted me to say that there was someone from across the ocean wanted to have a talk to me about my music and what I'm up to.
Well, right on cue. What are you up to? Tell us more about
Well,
what you're up to.
in Australia, we've just finished our biggest festival for the year, Tamworth Country Music Festival. And so we're just trying to set up the year after that festival. Hopefully the phone will be ringing. And here you are. Steve contacted me today, so it's a good opportunity to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah, you're back up a little bit. Yeah. So have you on the show here, and can you kind of like tell us how your musical journey began?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, Russell. I was about 14 when I wrote my first song, and I played in my father's family band right up until I was about 16 or 17. And then I continued on with my own music journey, and it's arrived to where I am now all these years later. So that's 50 years, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful project to be involved in.
Well, you mentioned you've been in the music business for 50 years. Do you have any highlights? What are some of the most memorable moments for you in your illustrious musical career?
Yeah, there's been quite a few over the years. I've done some touring overseas. I've also toured around Australia about 3 or 4 times. And it's just the people you meet on the way and the opportunities that you just follow because you believe and love the music. So, yeah, that's all been just one crazy ride.
That's awesome. Any special memories you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I no, not really. It's amazing how in all these years I've entered competitions and tried to, get recording contracts and all the things that go with the industry. But at this stage, up until now, and it's been a very difficult, very competitive industry, shall we say. So I just enjoy the live shows now and the touring and the meeting of people.
Yeah, that's amazing, and so glad to have you on our show. And you're a great example of what this show is all about. Helping to promote amazing artists like yourself and your music. Let's talk about your music and how did your music begin, and how do you put your music together? Is it by is it by what does your songwriting look like?
Yeah, well, it's always very, you know, based on what's happening to me at the moment, or maybe what I'm reflecting on in the past, or yeah, it's about life experience. Those mainly the last 25 years is when I've been really focused on trying to, learn all I could about it, and it never stops. There's you never stop learning about that. But that song that I was talking to you about, Honky Tonk Country Blues, it really takes the story is about from my first song right through till that song, which is the last song I wrote and recorded actually only a few months ago.
Wow, let's talk about that song. I mean, how did that song come about?
Well, I made the big jump from. I started out a bush balladeer, just writing that, which is a very basic folk Australian country way of telling a story. And during the years, I always felt those blue notes. And I read a book by Eric Clapton called Slow Hand, and it just really changed my thoughts. So I developed a bit more a bluesy approach to the folk music, and really that last song is the culmination of that experience of learning from others and adapting it and just connecting with it and being authentic to the way you feel that song should sound.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to listen to your music, and you have such an amazing sound, and I really enjoy listening to your music. I really mean that. So, every time before we do our live shows, we also obviously do our homework and find out about the artist and the music and everything. And another thing that is really impressive to me is when I went to your website, it talks about your career. And in your career, I mean, you had many awards, many tours, and you kind of like broke down your career, like everything you've done. I mean, just very very impressive. So, I mean, with that being said, give me your thoughts about where you are right now with your career. Are you happy where you are? Or is there still something left to be done for you? If so, what would that be?
Well, I have put this last song out. I mean, over the years, I've put every effort into the music to try and make it, reach an expectation that I have of it, which would be, everyone would love to have a number one hit, or, for the to do concerts. I've tried for cruises. And all sorts of different scenarios. Really happy to play anywhere I can and be ready to go, which plays a big part in it, makes it difficult in relationships. So I think all that suffered, and I'm at the realization now that maybe the music can take a lower priority, not too far down, uh, and then maybe commit more to a relationship, and just let the music come out as it, but make the priority the relationship.
No, since we're talking about music, what are your thoughts about today's music? Do you like it? You don't like it? What do you think about today's music?
Well, I appreciate that. That it is good music. They're doing their thing, but I don't relate to it. Tamworth is a perfect example. You see, I've been going there for 25 years, and the older style, traditional style, which I love, seems to be uh, just not phased out, but I think the older guys are leaving it, handing it over to the younger fellows, which is okay. And I appreciate all the types of music, but I relate stronger to the traditional style, American and Australian music.
Do you think American and Australian music is the same?
Well, the stories that people sing about are the same. I think there is a style difference, but I enjoy both. And you mentioned Johnny Cash; he was a big influence in me, in my music early on, and also Waylon Jennings are the two main ones. And then later on, the Highwaymen and Merle Haggard and all those guys. I just, I'm still watching their videos and learning from how they entertained. They were the real deal.
Yeah, I could agree with you more. I mean, talk about country music icons. There you go. Yeah, throw John Denver in there as well. I would think. John Denver, little Kenny Rogers. I think would be another one. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Yeah, no doubt
Well,
about it.
yeah, keep watching my socials, and I'll post a poster. We've got a concept. The only thing you can really sell to get people to come and pay money to come and see a show is to do tribute shows. And so far, I've tributed Johnny Cash. I learned how he did his stuff. Also, Waylon Jennings. I was Waylon Jennings in a tribute band. And I'm just putting a concept together with a friend of mine who does Glenn Campbell, Kenny Rogers, and John Denver. So, yeah, we're calling it the big guns of country. And there'll be a poster hopefully coming pretty soon, so I'll get to share that with you. But it is amazing, the tribute artists. People will come and pay money to relive those memories. So it's a wonderful thing that gives us a way to make a living and earning a living.
Well, hey, if you give me a free plane ticket, I'll definitely come. Give me a front row seat. I'll be at that concert.
Well, all right, I'll talk to my friend. Maybe we can arrange that, or maybe we'll get to come over to. Where did you say? How far are you from Nashville, for example?
Well, we're in the Carolinas, so Nashville from Carolinas, maybe about 8 hour drive, I'd say, between like 8 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad. So, yeah, so hopefully if we get, I mean, it'll be a different thing if we go to Nashville. We wouldn't be coming over there to do Nashville stuff. We'd be doing the Australian stuff. Would work better over there. But, um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope you just never know where you're going to end up. But, it'd be unlikely to take a tribute show to America of those unbelievable artists. But
Let me ask you. So, when you're not doing your musical thing, do you have any hobbies?
yeah, well, the hobby is, well, I do have a few sports and that I like to gently be involved in, but it's I'm 66 this year, so I'm winding down with the sport, but I enjoy watching it, and also I've always got my guitar nearby, and I just really, yeah, it's a passion and a way of life. It's sort of not a hobby, so. It's hard to take up something else while the music takes up so much space.
But hey, you just keep on riding that wave. If it's something you enjoy to do and it's still being successful for you, I mean, absolutely. Just keep on riding the wave. Absolutely, yeah. That's a great call out there. Is there anything you'd like to share with our audience this evening?
Well, I'd love to. I'd love you to, play that song. Do you play it it goes out on a radio station. I'm assuming here to an FM radio station or some such.
We're internet radio, and yes, your song that we just spoke about, it'll be played tomorrow on our morning show tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern. We're going to
Oh,
play your
wonderful.
song in the beginning. That's right. We'll play that song for you.
Well, the thing about that is the reason I put it with Blue as Shamrock. I really only did it up as a demo to send it over, and it originally was called "The Good Old Boys of Country Blues," and we really don't have a music industry as such for a specific genre in Australia, and so the idea was to send that song overseas and make it relevant to the market over there. So that's hence I call it honky tonk country blues, um, which was lining up to send it to Nashville with the hope that maybe there's somebody over there, a good old boy, um, that might be interested with a profile that might be interested in recording it. So that was the reason I put it out there. But yeah, so far I've received some good response from a bloke called John Stone, who's quite good in Nashville. He's from Nashville, so he's having a look at it. The French Family Band, I don't know whether you've heard of them over there yet. They're in Nashville and have 3 Grand Ole Opry appearances. And also a fellow called Nash Chambers, who's quite well known in the country music over here, but he's based in Nashville at the moment as well. So I'm actually just shopping that the song that you'll play is the one that it explains exactly my life from my first song to this the last song and everything in between
Yeah, I'm
in
super
three
excited to be playing
minutes.
your song for you tomorrow.
I don't,
Yeah, I'm
50
super
years
excited to play your
old.
song for you tomorrow.
Yeah, 50 years
That's pretty
all in.
amazing. I mean, do the math on this one. Go ahead and do the math on that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So
Anything
I
else you
just
want to
missed
share with
that.
us?
No, I think that just about covers it. I mean, it's just so wonderful to have had, a response to it, and that there's someone across the other side of the world that's actually interested in what I'm doing. But I'll be sharing it loud and proud if I can just kick a goal some stage in the next. Well, look at Willie Nelson; he's still going at 90, so maybe we've still got plenty of time.
Yeah, Willie Nelson, he's an amazing artist and just an amazing person to keep on doing what he's been doing for so long. And it doesn't even seem like he's slowing down at all. And I mean, yeah, definitely, just amazing.
Yeah, well, I just saw Bob Dylan's biopic as well. All those guys, they get on the road, they stay on the road, and that's their happy place, and they just keep doing what they do. And yeah, all those good old boys, as I call them, the highwaymen, the travelling Wilburys, they're all big inspirations to me because they are the real thing. That they do music because it's them, not because they're trying to be or do anything.
Yeah, great point. I couldn't agree with you more. And how can our listeners are watching now that we'll be watching later? How can they get in contact with you, and how can they listen to your amazing music?
Well, I'm on Facebook, so look me up there. Um, Also, they can go to my website, the Chris Callahan or Callahan, thechriscallahan.com, and that link should take you straight through and give a good insight. All my songs are available there on that, and I do have some stuff on iTunes as well. Not really sure how that works. That's a bit of a a bit of a strange twist that the music took from CDs, and now all of a sudden, I mean, live streaming's fantastic. That's what we're doing now, but uh, it's a very difficult thing to understand. Maybe I need some to do a course on it or something.
Hey, you know what? I got a surprise for you. Stay right where you are.
Who is that?
Say hello to DJ Cassie, Chris. She does a morning show with us, and this is DJ Cassie. Put your hands in the air for DJ Cassie. She's in the
Oh
house.
yeah,
Hello,
so
how are
nice to
you?
meet
DJ
you.
Cassie, say hello to all the way from
Nice.
Australia, Mr. Chris Callaghan. Say hello to him.
Hello, nice to meet you. Wow. Oh my gosh.
And you too, DJ. It's so exciting to be with this modern technology talking to people right across the world. So
I know, right? That's cool. Oh my gosh. What time is it over there?
it's 12:36, 12:30
Oh wow.
in the day. Well, it must be late over there, is it?
It's 8:36.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. So you're taking
Well,
over
yeah,
from Russell, are
DJ
you?
Cassie said it's past her bedtime. Hey, Chris, when we record our shows, right? DJ Cassie keeps on telling me 8:30 is past her bedtime, so I figure I better get on the show real quick so she can meet a superstar like you. So maybe we can keep her simple a little bit longer so we can record our show for tomorrow's morning show.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's so good to chat with you both. So.
All right, my friend. Well, again, on behalf of Blue Shamrock Music, it was a pleasure to have you on the show this evening. And again, get ready. We'll do part 2 for you. And again, appreciate your time. You take care of yourself, and thank you for making music great. And don't forget to make sure you join our morning show tomorrow. And we're going to play your song on which will open up our morning show. And we just want to say thank you on behalf of Blue Shamrock Music and Mr. Stephen Brady.
Thank you both very much for the opportunity to share all this stuff with you.
Not a problem. You take care, my friend. And DJ Cassie, make sure you say goodbye to our friend, Mr. Chris Callaghan.
All right. It's so nice to meet you. I can't wait to hear your music.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you for your support, darling. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right. Take care, my friend. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks, Russell.
Bye.
You were live on the air, girl.
Oh, that's dope.